What is up, guys and gals, and guys? Space Unicorn bringing you some hot frag action. Today, guys, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing our final part for the gigantic tier list that we've been working on. So, before we end the video, though, if you do me a huge favor, please remember to like the video if you, well, enjoy the video. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. This is the part 4 for the ranking, and we're going to do a mega compilation of all these videos, which will come out later today. Takes a little bit of time to render that stuff. You guys know what I mean. But with that being said, today we're going to be ranking these 25 characters. These are the final 25 of all 100 in FRAG Pro Shooter. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think. Now, remember, Goated is just for characters that I really, really like. S tier is the best rank in the game right now. And let me know if you disagree with any of my character picks. That is okay to have your own opinion. These are just my personal opinions from playing FRAG for as long as I have. Now, there's something we need to do before we get into this video. Let's think for a second. Any guesses? That's right, we need to roll out that intro.
The apocalypse.
First up on our list to rank, guys, we have Snow. Snow is a fun character to play, and he's a very easy B tier rank. There's something really rewarding about being the mobile snowmobile that Snow is, and running into somebody and one-shotting them. This is a fun card to play, guys, and I would recommend trying him if you haven't already. He may not be meta, but honestly, I'd rather have fun than play meta cards. I know what they are, I just would rather goof off and enjoy the game. Let's move on to next on our list. Next on our list, we have Gigagoo. Gigagoo is a really hard one for me to rank because I actually play him, and I think I play him at a B tier level, but I think for most players he's going to be a C tier character. That's why he's ranked at C tier right now. It's not because the card doesn't have potential. I think when played really well, you can get a B tier value out of him. His explosion's really good. But I think most people are going to be sitting at C tier with Gigagoo. He's a really tough one for me to grade, though. I'll give him that. Next on our list for a rating, we have Bobbler. Bobbler is an easy B tier defender. He has a ridiculous ultimate ability that is so much fun whenever you're playing defense because it puts somebody in essentially timeout. It's literally like you can just yell timeout at him if you hit him with that bubble. And that's kind of the name of the game with this card. He's meant to stall. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but he can really create some time with that force field bubble, whatever you want to call it. I like Bobbler. Good card. Next on our list, we have Kyra. Kyra is a hard one for me to grade as well, because I think in the right hands, this is an easy A tier hero. But I think for most players, he's going to be sitting in that B tier. He is a little hard to control whenever you do his ultimate ability correctly, and I think that that's what's holding him back for players. I personally think I can play this guy at an A tier level, but I think for most players he's going to be B tier, so that's why I'm going to put him at B tier for this particular scoreboard. It's a tough one, though. Kyra is a tough one to grade for me, guys. Next on the list, we have Miss Bunny. Miss Bunny is an easy B tier. Good damage, well, I should say okay damage, a fun ultimate ability that when mastered can be actually pretty valuable. Overall, Miss Bunny is a good card to play. She's fun, enjoyable, and that's how a card should be. Whenever you play a game, you want to have fun, you want to be enjoying yourself, and Miss Bunny brings that level to the game. She's much like Snow in that regard, so I would recommend trying her if you haven't. You will enjoy yourself. Next on our list, we have OK, and OK is okay. So OK is a tricky one to grade for a couple of reasons. There is the ability to put him at B tier, and I think most players can play OK B tier. It's so weird to say OK. I think honestly he's a B tier hero. I think some people will be like, well, no, he's definitely a C. No, he's about a B tier. I think the majority of players in FRAG can play him at that level to where he can hit B tier. I think that's pretty simple. Next on our list, guys, we have one of my favorite cards. It's Fragenstein. Fragenstein is fun. I love being a mobile Zap Girl turret. It's something enjoyable. He does do okay damage, and honestly, if he was a little faster, would be a pretty darn solid card, but for now, he's sitting in a solid B tier pick, and somebody who you can run and kind of just enjoy the game. This guy's a pain in the butt to kill whenever you play him correctly, and whenever he's playing the defense well, there's not much else you can do. He just does a good job. That is an awesome card. B tier for Fragenstein. Next on, let's be Queen Boom. Queen Boom is an easy A tier character. She really is. The speed buff, the health buff. She's basically a better version of BB, who I have sitting at B tier right now as well. Honestly, Queen Boom, good card. slept on, good splash radius, good damage, knockback. She kind of has a little bit of everything, and whenever played correctly, has value for your lineup. I say A tier for Queen. Boom. Next on our list, we have Wolfenstein. I really like Wolfenstein, but I think for most players, he's going to be a B tier card. Wolfenstein's ability, primary fire is interesting because the more damage he inflicts, the more damage he does per shot. So, and then whenever a bunch of characters at half health, he gets this massive speed boost. Most people don't know how to play his ultimate correctly, so I have him at B tier. Honestly, I think people will give up on him too easily. I would recommend playing this card if you're looking for a card that can cause problems when played at 100% effectiveness. Next on our list, we have Avalanche. Avalanche got a pretty nice little buff. Pretty good little buff. He's a B tier character right now. The ultimate ability in this card is actually really pesty and combines that ultimate ability with a very alt-oriented AI. He is very good at hitting his AI whenever alt-controlled, and if they get in the snow cone of doom, they die in the snow cone of doom. And for that reason, he is a B tier. Primary fire still needs work, though. Next on our list, we have Megalodon. Megalodon's a tough one for me to place because he's actually a really good sniper. But snipers are not meta, and that is why I have him at B tier right now. Honestly, Megalodon's a card you can get big value out of if you know how to play his ult correctly and you know how to aim with his primary fire. He does good damage, has a good ult, and he's pretty quick too for what he is. Honestly, Megalodon, I think B tier is a safe one, but you can make an argument for an A tier card when mastered. Next on our list, we have Ollie. Ollie is an incredibly hard card for me to rank. Ollie is, man, it's just so hard because I want to put her at A tier, but the primary fire really isn't consistent enough to be A tier, so I have to put her at B tier. But it's a high B tier, guys. You could easily make a case for an A tier card here. I think if the primary fire was easier to control and did more damage, she would be an easy A tier because the mobility's there, speed's there, tower damage is there. She just needs that primary fire worked on just a little bit to bump into A tier. Katrina, easy A tier for me. Katrina is basically able to do what the old Blot was able to do, and she's fast, has a small hitbox, and if you know how to use her ultimate ability, can actually stick people and then one burst them. She does really good damage across the board. She does have a little bit of a low health pool, but mastering this card creates problems for your opponent. I don't know what else to say about Katrina, guys. Just a really solid card overall. Next on the list, we have Lollipop. Lollipop, easy A tier character. Good splash damage, good mobility, good vertical movement, which not a lot of cards have. This card's able to do things that other cards just can't because of her skill set and moves that she has. Lollipop, if you don't understand why she's A tier, you need to go play Lollipop more. This card can do it all, and she can do it all at a high level. Next on our list, we have DJ Equalizer, the original musician for FRAG. This card was a tough one because I think he's probably C tier, but I've played him at a level to where he's B tier. If you know how to time the ultimate ability, you can get value out of this card for sure. So I'm going to put him at B tier for now. But he is a very interesting B tier because I think you could definitely make an argument that he's a C tier. But I do like DJ Equalizer, but we're going to put him at B tier for now. Tough one there. Next on us, we have Duality. Duality is hard to grade for a different reason. Duality is an A tier card for most players in FRAG. Now, a good Duality can dictate the game. If you master Duality, she is an easy S tier card, but the majority of people don't take the time to master this card and are missing out on probably the most DPS that you can get in the game of FRAG. What I mean by that is does really good damage, has a really fast fire rate, and has a lot of range. Check out Duality, guys. Next up, we have Marco Polo. Marco Polo is an excellent defender, an easy A tier card. You can even make an argument that he might be an S tier card. The ultimate ability of this card is the reason why people play Marco Polo. Don't kid yourself. The reason he is A tier for me is because it's ultimate ability based. You don't play him for his primary fire, you play him for his ult, and no card that's one-dimensional should be S tier. Next on our list, we have Stella. Stella is slept on again. She's an S tier character. She has the ability to fly, does good damage. She may not have the tower damage like she used to, but she still does solid tower damage. I don't know why people are back to sleeping on her. The speed, the mobility, the flight. This card can do it all and do it all extremely well. Stella is Stella. She's Queen Unicorn's sister, S tier card. I don't know what else to tell you guys on that one. I think you're missing out. I really do. Next on our list, this was a hard one to grade too, was Takeshi. Takeshi was an S tier card. I think now he's a high A tier, low S, so I'm going to put him in A tier for now, but you could definitely make an argument that he is S tier. Takeshi combines a really good really solid primary fire with a really good ultimate ability, and with the nerfs he received recently, he's kind of found himself in a more balanced spot. I think he's a high A, borderline S right now. Zap Girl used to be queen of the game. This card's weird, because this is an A tier card right now. The nerf they gave her was actually pretty good, but she still does a lot of damage when played correctly. And if you know how to place those turrets on your side of the field now instead of throwing them on the other side of the field, she can really cause problems. She is an easy wipe for a push if played and placed correctly. For this reason, Zap Girl is A tier. Next up, let's have Crystal. Crystal is a very good card as well. This one's an A tier for me. Crystal does good damage, has good headshot damage, has an ultimate ability that's effective against pretty much everybody in the game, and for that reason, she's sitting at an A tier. I really like Crystal, guys. She is way up there on my favorite cards list. I honestly probably put her just behind Cleo. She's just really, I love Joy, that card, so much. Next on the list, we have Arkan. Arkan, it's like people forgot that Arkan's good. I don't know why. Arkan, I could hear an S tier argument for Arkan, and I personally, whenever I play Arkan, I don't struggle against anything. Truth is, Arkan does extremely high damage with an ultimate ability that's basically a guaranteed kill if you know how to use it, and for that reason, he is an S tier hero. Next on our list, we have Red Shadow. Red Shadow just received a substantial nerf, but it didn't change the way you play him much. You're still playing an S tier character. Yeah, his damage was reduced a little bit, but he still has the stun, still has the ultimate ability, still gets the health buff. This card really didn't change enough to be bumped out of S tier. I will say he's a lower S tier now, but an S tier nonetheless. Next on our list, we have Sunny. Sunny was an interesting one for me to rank because the ultimate ability on this card is extremely good. And the primary fire is good enough that I think you can definitely make a case that he's S tier, but I think for the majority of players, Sunny's going to be a high A tier, borderline S character. I just think that there's just a little bit missing from the primary fire to bump him in S tier, and that's why I have him at A right now. Next on our list, we have Azuna. Azuna is still really good. The ultimate ability is really good. The fire rate's really good. The damage is really good. And she is really fast. High A tier on this card, guys. The nerf she got was okay. Affected her a little bit. But honestly, if people really wanted to put the time into build Azuna into what she's capable of being, you're going to find this card does pretty much exactly the same thing that it used to do. Now, guys, I want to go over this list real quick with you again. There's a couple cards here I want to emphasize that they can be moved around. Red Shadow could be an A tier. Just saying. Takeshi could make an argument for S tier. Sunny could make an argument for S tier. Gigagoo could be a B tier. DJ Equalizer could also be a B tier. And Duality could be an S tier. Thank you for coming, everybody. Stay safe. And I will see you Legends next time. Bye-bye, everybody.